or look us up on the web, ChicagoAbortionFund.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We got old shows posted up to, previous shows posted up to YouTube. So we're pretty much all over the internet. Okay, we're going to go back to Crystal talking about our next topic.
Yes. So I wanted to talk about the new voting laws that have sprouted up across the country. Not just Illinois, but the country. So since 2011, 30 states have either introduced or passed new laws to voters, so that you have to basically have a government-issued ID to vote in person, which was not the case before. And in Illinois, 8 different bills have been introduced into the House and the Senate to require this government-issued ID when voting in person at the polls. And these laws are actually supposed to prevent voter fraud. And I don't know, but I never necessarily heard of voter fraud, so I decided to do some research about this. And surprisingly, between 2000 and 2010, there were 13 convicted cases of in-person voter fraud in the U.S.
Just 13?
13.
In the U.S.?
In the U.S. Yes.
So, I mean, so we really know, like, reason why they're doing all these voter laws.
Yeah.
You know, to try to change the outcome of the election.
I mean,
and to stop people of color from voting.
Mm-hmm. And also young people.
And young people as well. And senior citizens who are, they vote. Senior citizens will go vote. So they're doing all they can to...
Yeah, to prevent that.
To prevent that. We have a caller. Go ahead, caller.
Hey, how you all doing?
Good. Can you turn down your TV?
Hold on a second. Hold on one second.
What's your question, caller?
So you all are helping people pay for abortion?
Is that your question? Turn down your volume, caller.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is your question?
You all are helping people pay for abortions?
Yes. Is that your question?
Yeah, that was my question.
Okay.
But it's also...
Yes.
I mean, like, why would you all help kill?
So, yes, your question is, do we help people pay for abortions? And yes, that is the answer. Everyone has their opinion. You don't have to agree with it. We're not here to debate you on what you believe in and what we believe in. You have the right to believe in what you want. But if a young woman has made the decision to terminate a pregnancy, or she's made the decision not ready for parenthood, she shouldn't be forced into that. And so, yes, we help young, poor women pay for an abortion procedures, and we do that unapologetically, and we do that without shame, and we do it very visibly. We have no shame in the work that we do. There is absolutely nothing wrong with abortion. It's a legal medical procedure, and it is one of the safest medical procedures. It is safer than child.
Yes, it is.
So go ahead, Crystal, with your voter laws.
And I just want to point out right quick, I'm sorry, I know I keep doing this, but I have a friend right now, she's pregnant, so I mean, you know, if you want to continue to call it, you know, murder and all this other extra stuff, I mean, you can adopt the baby and then, you know, everyone can be happy. She can, you know, go on about her life and you can have a baby. I mean, if that's a solution that you think would work.
Exactly. And I mean, there are a lot of issues out here in society that have to do with neglect, that have to do with homelessness, that have to do with not enough social supports, not enough resources for single parents, the decrease in social services,
Yeah.
restrictions on public aid and assistance grants. There's a lot of different reasons why a woman would choose to terminate a pregnancy or choose not to parent at that time in her life.
Right.
And so at that point, it's not up to us to judge, it's up to us to support someone and their opinion. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm a physician who provides care for women whether they choose to continue their pregnancy or whether they choose to end it. And I wanted to show my appreciation for you for being on the air and putting yourself out there and saying that you had actually had an abortion, because I feel like too many women, despite the fact that they have had them, are not willing to stand up and admit that and support women in their time of need. And so I appreciate that, and I appreciate that the attention to the legislative issues that are restricting access for women.
Thank you. Thank you so much, caller, for that call. We appreciate that. And like the caller said, I mean, there is nothing to be ashamed about. Society and certain members of society try to make you shame.
Yeah.
But no one controls your life. No one controls my life.
Right.
And unless someone is going to put food on my table, they have no say-so in how I run.
Exactly.
And so they can get mad. They can say murderer. They can say whatever. I'm going to still do what I want to do.
Exactly.
We have another caller. Go ahead, caller. You're on the air.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Hi.
Your question?
Yes, I want to compliment you guys on this abortion funds, because of some women, they give rape, and sometimes they don't want to keep the baby, and that's your choice if you want to, have an abortion. That's your body, and if you choose to do that, I think that's a good idea.
Thank you. Thank you so much for calling us in and giving us your feedback. We appreciate that. And we also understand that everyone doesn't agree with that, and that's perfectly fine. Those people that don't agree with it have a right to not have an abortion. But our studies have shown that a lot of women that do not agree with it, or a lot of women that protest, actually have abortions as well.
Exactly.
So the bottom line is that women will do whatever is necessary
to control
whether they want to give birth or not. And so they're going to do that. Do we have any other callers? Go ahead, caller.
Hello?
Yes, your question, please.
Oh, my question was when you ladies were talking about the different religions and the tea and the cow dung and the saliva from the camels, is there any data that supports any of that ever actually worked?
Thank you for that question, caller. All that information we did online internet research, and so you can definitely do it. And then there's an excellent website and an artist that has put together a fabulous history timeline of abortion around the world and across the country. And her name is Heather Alt, A-L-T, and her project is called 4,000 Years of Choice.
Yes.
And so all that information has been researched. We're not making it up.
Yeah, we're not going to come on
We
TV,
have no reason we don't have to make it up, but you definitely, you don't have to take our word for it. You can definitely do some research on your own, and you can start with the 4,000 Years of Choice project. We're going to shoot the overhead one more time because we're going to be going off the air pretty soon, and the calls have been coming in. Thank you for calling in. Even the ones that disagree with us, thank you for calling in. Your voices in this world are equally important. Here's ahead. If a young woman needs assistance, call our phone number, 312-663-0338. We've got one more caller we're going to go ahead and take. Go ahead, caller.
Okay. So my question is, because I've studied this issue a long time, how do you kind of reconcile kind of abortion rights, it's a civil rights issue. So I see a lot of folks that are kind of big on civil rights, and then when it comes to protecting unborn.
So what I'm going to say to that, and thank you for calling in, is that a potential life, in our opinion, does not trump a life already in existence. And so, how I reconcile it is that that's what I believe, and I go to church. I'm a Christian, and when my time comes, if I'm going to go and get judged, and I am willing to do just how I'm living my life is exactly how I'm going to continue to live my life.
Yeah.
And I'll deal with it when I get there. I don't need somebody on earth
Yeah.
judging me, trying to tell me what to do, and
Right.
trying to stop me from doing what I'm going to do.
Right.
Let me, you going to get judged, I'm going to get judged. Okay, we've come to that conclusion, right?
Right.
Okay, now mind your own business. Anyway,
So
Crystal, thank you. And I told you we were going to get a lot of calls. Didn't I tell you that?
But I just want to put it out there really, really quickly, and I'll talk about this more next show. In order to vote in this next election, you're going to need a government-issued ID. So if you do not have one, please go get one. That is you can use a passport, a state ID, or a driver's license. And I know that it can be hard to get those things when you don't have the right pieces of documents, like if you don't have like a birth certificate or a social security card or something like that. But I mean, please do your best to get these things in order so that you can vote in this election, because they are really, really trying to make it hard for minorities and for young people to vote, because definitely on one side of this election, and they're trying to make one person win over the other.
Thank you, Crystal, for all that information. We really, really appreciate it. I know you're going to talk about this a little bit more next month. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you next month, the last Wednesday, 8 o'clock, here on CAN TV. Good night.
Good night.